to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, a Washington football podcast by fans for fans. With your hosts, Jesse Martin.
You want to play rough? Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
John Taman.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
And Keith Gray.
The King, your majesty.
And now here's your host, Jesse Martin.
What is going on? Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. It is Monday, August 30th. I am your host, Jesse Martin. With me, as always, my co-host, John Taman. John, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing better than Keith.
Yeah, that's
Hope
for
he's
sure.
Feeling better.
Yeah, Keith is taking a sick day. He had to go to the doctor's. He had little sniffles, so he's at home in bed taking care of himself. But we have all the way from Kentucky, Dev from the Washington Football Addicts podcast. How you doing, Dev?
Hey, doing good. Glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on. I know it's short notice, like 30-second notice, but
I will say this right quick before I get started is I am going to make an effort today to look more close to the camera so I don't look so completely fucking stoned all this damn show. Yeah, because I constantly just look like I've been just sitting here doing bong hits the whole show because I'm looking at the screen down below.
Guys, I am completely stoned all the time, so
and that's okay.
I don't look that way.
I don't. I really don't. We don't pass judgment here. You know, we don't
I
pass
got some
judgment.
beady eyes.
If I didn't work at the government on a government job and get randomly piss tests on a bi-weekly basis, I'd be right there with you.
You need to unionize. Can't test you.
Wait, what did you say?
Need to unionize. Can't test you.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I like my job too much. I just look stoned while I'm sitting here because I'm looking down all the time.
Yeah.
So
you look like Louis C.K., bro.
That's what I've heard before, and then everybody that's ever
Yes.
said that to me, you know, I always just tell them to go fuck themselves because it's really not at all. You
He's
know,
hilarious.
at least they don't say I look like Danny Partridge anymore, which is what I grew up with all the damn time.
Oh
Of course,
wow.
you're probably too young for that.
No,
I am
I-
old, and that's a fact.
My birthday's today. I'm old.
Oh,
Oh, man,
shit!
happy
It's your
birthday.
birthday. Happy
Yeah.
birthday, Dev.
Happy
Thanks, man.
birthday.
44.
Damn straight. I'll tell you what, everybody should want to spend their birthday on this podcast.
That's true.
However, not everybody can because we're not singing or doing any of that stupid shit.
I mean, we could. You know.
We could, for Deb, we could.
Yeah, we could. Anyways, all right. Look, hey, we had a game. It was the last preseason game on Saturday. I drove 3 fucking hours with my son to go watch this game. And if it wasn't for, spending quality time with my kid, even though I do all the time, but still it was, an event for him. It's hard to drag him out of the fucking room, out of the video games to get him to do anything nowadays.
And you got to experience the ambiance of Landover, Maryland.
Yeah,
So,
but I will say I got a phone call and got hooked up with some sweet tickets, which was cool. They have
sweet
free
as in like up in the suites or
Yeah,
as
like
in
up
us
in the suites,
sweet?
up in the suites.
Oh,
Ooh.
Free beer,
Ooh.
whoa.
beer.
free
Did they
beer.
look at you funny? You weren't drinking the champagne smoothies that they had up there?
Nah.
I didn't
Free
drink beer, but they
Bud
were
Lights,
free.
free food. They had food out there that wasn't disgusting, and you could drink and eat as much as you want. So it was pretty cool. But the game fucking sucked.
Did you get to abuse the servants? That's always fun.
No.
Tell them that these canapes are atrocious and just throw it at them here. Get this thing out of here.
I was gonna, if I told my girlfriend if we ever got married, I was gonna have Waffle House catered. She got pissed off.
Oh shit!
I happen to like Waffle House.
I like Waffle House too. Damn
Tell you
right.
what, there's sometimes at certain times of night, there's nothing like it.
Their
Right.
ultimate breakfast is the shit, man.
Yeah.
I think it's the ultimate breakfast or the superstar or some shit like that.
Superstar breakfast. That's what
Yeah,
it
the
is.
superstar breakfast. Yeah.
Well, y'all like
That's the
Waffle
shit.
House a lot more than I do. That's for sure. I wouldn't be able to tell you a single thing on the menu except they got waffles.
Oh, yeah. Well, the waffles ain't really that great there at Waffle House.
Yeah, it isn't. You want to get some good breakfast though, you gotta go to Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, Cracker Barrel is good. Yeah, you're right about that. All right, so let's talk about this game. We're not going to spend too much time on it because obviously it wasn't pretty. I wanted to start off with our initial thoughts of it. And Dev, I'm going to start with you. Did you see anything that stood out besides shittiness, for the entire time?
Shitty.
Tressway looked good.
That's true.
He had enough practice.
Well,
That's
for sure.
I didn't see anything I like. I did notice. I think Patterson did a good job not making Barber expendable. Those drop passes. I'm like, well, now we got to keep Barber, right? I mean,
yeah, that's and that's something we're definitely going to talk about when we get into the 53, because that is a hot button issue right now. We're going to keep 3 or 4 running backs. John, I'll move to you. What was your take of the overall game, man?
Overall, we can't trust our kicker. 100%. I don't care what anybody says. You can say you want trust in Ron all you want. You watched football, right? You know football enough to be able to realize that when a kicker, that ball looked like it was blocked, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't know if you couldn't probably. I don't know, Jesse. Or you were up in the suites, so you probably did have multiple TV angles.
Yeah.
But the divot that came out of the ground, it looked like a freaking brand new.
So it wasn't blocked. It wasn't blocked.
No, it was not blocked. It was not
get
blocked.
That dude up out of here, man.
It was not blocked. And you have some people that swear up and down it was, but I saw it not only live, and you hear it when you're live there. If you can hear a blocked.
Oh yeah, boom, boom. Right.
It's a thump. Okay, because that ball is coming out is so hard and so fast, and even if someone gets a finger on it, you can actually hear it in the fucking stadium. There was no thump. All the I even watched the game the next day. Out of every angle, there's no way that ball was blocked whatsoever. He kicked the fucking, and Dustin Hopkins even came out in his press conference and he kicked the ground first.
Yep, he did. He said that the dance team distracted him. He's looking for cheerleaders, and he looked over there and said, "What the hell are those guys doing?" And then next thing you know, the ball's getting all floppy all over the place.
I think Haskins has some personal.
Let's talk about Dustin Hopkins for a second, though. Okay,
please.
The guy's in his head, and I don't know if he's going to get out of it anytime soon, and that's very, very worrisome. Ron Rivera has preached competition ever since he got here. And for the life of me, I can't figure out why the fuck he didn't bring somebody else in for some competition. We have people still making excuses for Hopkins, and I think it's outright ridiculous. The guy, the kickers are fickle, man.
They're flighty.
Weeks 12 through 16 last year, he kicked 95%. Well, what happened at weeks 1 through 11?
I'll tell you what happened.
Fucking shit.
We blew the Lions game because of a missed kick. We blew the Giants game because of a goddamn missed kick. That's what happened. Look, if you have to keep making excuses for your kicker, you need a goddamn kicker. And everybody constantly with the excuses. I know everybody, and then they always fall back on, look, and Ron we trust, and Ron we trust. Okay, but that doesn't mean you have to agree with everything. And this is like telling me that this 3-wheeled car is going to make it all the way out to Los Angeles, no problem. And I just don't trust it. I don't trust him at all coming into the season. It's going to be too late once he blows a game for us.
Right.
And it's not even, it's even easy kicks. He's even 25, 30 yarders. I can't even look at it, man.
It's extra points.
Yeah.
I have never seen a kicker bring a divot out of the ground like that before.
I think I read a report that Hopkins does have some kind of personal issue at home going on.
Yeah.
I just wonder if a whole lot of stuff.
It very well
That's
could
his
be
problem.
It very well
I know,
could be.
but I go to work every day. Crap out.
Look, over the summer, Dan Snyder fired a 70-year-old woman like a week before she could retire. He should just step right in right now and rip him off like a Band-Aid. I don't care what you got going on at home. Look,
so you
screw off there, kicker boy. You're not going to blow any games for us. You understand? I don't care what you did 2 years ago. You're out of here.
I agree.
Don't make me come up there. Don't make me come back. I will fuck this team up.
Look, I think it's time, and it sucks we're at this point with the season right around the corner. It's fucking crazy. I can't trust it. You can't, not whatsoever. All right, moving on. I want to talk about Patterson just real quick. He did not do himself any favors.
No.
although I did see some pretty good run or some pretty good pass protection from him, but he just could not catch a fucking ball on Saturday. Do you think that's hurt his chances of making this team? John, I'll start with you.
I would hope not, because I mean, he's a undrafted rookie. He probably had it in his head that he probably overtried to do what he was supposed to do. And I can't really say that's an excuse for him, but I'm going to make the excuse for him. We've seen other things that he can do. I didn't see anything bad enough out of him the other day that would tell me that I'm making a mistake if I let Peyton Barber go, which I'm still undecided on.
Yeah. Dev, what about you, man?
I guess.
Way to commit. There you go.
I like Patterson.
Mm-hmm. Do you think he hurt his chances, or do you think he was already a lock?
I think he's a lock. I think the only thing, like I said, the only thing he hurt was Barber getting cut. Now he doesn't look as expendable.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if you keep Barber. I just think that even if you let Barber go, you get another running back.
That's true too.
Just based on that game, but in the first game or the second game, rather, where he caught the deep pass, he came back and caught it with his hands. And
the broken play.
I think he caught a screen or another swing pass or something. You look at that and you're thinking, man, this guy's got hands. He can be an all 3 down back. He could back up, Gibson, and even back up McKissick, which, if Gibson can run the ball between the tackles for short yards, then you don't need Barber. I think that's why they ran Gibson primarily up the middle in the second game.
But that didn't work out too well as we saw. So I will make an excuse, and it's a little bit of an excuse. Those balls Kyle Allen was throwing, they were firing out fast too. I mean,
one was up on him pretty good.
Yeah, you could hear the ball just like pop him in the hands, and you see how I mean, you got to catch him. You got to catch them. But
it's a pro ball, man.
It is.
Reyes caught 2 passes, right?
What's that?
Reyes.
Yeah. I think he got 1 on Saturday, and then he caught 2 during that first preseason game, because he didn't play that second game because he was out with a concussion.
Right.
We'll do
Patterson. I think really, in my opinion, it should be your number 3 back. I like the way he runs between the tackles. He can take a small crack and exploit it.
That's what I like too. Yeah,
that's what I really like. Whether he can catch a pass out of the backfield, he can work on it. We've seen that he's got hands.
It's true. We got two running backs that can catch balls out of the backfield,
and we've seen that he can do it in weeks 1 and 2. We saw that he can catch. So I'm not too concerned about something like that. I'd be more concerned for Kyle Allen. If I cared, so I don't. So fuck off, Kyle Allen. I think you're getting cut. That's just the way I feel about it. I think everybody, his problems were all his own the other night. He had a couple of drops, but how many of those could possibly, like you said, that one's right up here in his face, and he's only 5 yards away, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So right.
Real quick, we'll go to game balls and goat nuts. Who gets a game ball for this game, Dev?
Me, for having to watch that bullshit. I mean, I deserve all the game balls, man. That's whack, man. I don't care. I felt embarrassed. I know that we didn't even play backups. We didn't even play Heineke or De'Ami Brown, or we didn't even play anyone that it's probably going to be playing at all on Sundays.
No,
but it was
McTire maybe.
Yeah,
right.
McTire, man, and that hurt him from going out and getting a concussion. But I still think he makes this team.
I think you could IR him, but you can't bring him back if you do it before the season. If you do it before the season starts.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they could find a way to smuggle him or on the practice squad, then IR him so nobody can steal him.
Yeah.
Somebody will stack. He'll say he's shown too well.
I think they'll. It's just a concussion, so I think they'll put him on the 53. To be honest with you.
Oh yeah, he's got 10 days to get ready.
John, you got a game ball?
Yeah, I'm going with David Bada, our international outreach guy. Man, that dude had himself a game. He's had himself a good preseason. I'll tell you what, he sacked Lamar Jackson. He blocked a field goal. I like that. Blocking a kick, man, that's really just taking the whole other team and slapping them right across the face. A Mo slap right across the yap. So it's good to see that kind of thing. I think that if we needed to dip down onto the practice squad and bring somebody up for depth if we had an injury, I wouldn't feel too bad about him.
Yeah, and he will not count against the number because he's in the pathway.
Now, does that protect him from being poached?
No, it does not protect him from being poached.
He doesn't count against the number. You're right.
He can get poached and put on an active 53 roster, but chances are that he's not. He won't get poached.
Right. I like the fact that he sacked Jackson. It's one thing to say, okay, he got a hold of their third string quarterback in the fourth quarter, but he sacked Lamar Jackson. That's pretty freaking good.
Yeah.
That's something for a guy like him, he's going to tell his grandkids. Hey,
and I'm a Louisville guy, man.
I will say that that first, we were playing second and third stringers, and we were going up against the first string of the Baltimore Ravens, and they handled themselves well those first two drives.
They did all right. Yeah.
Well,
kept them out of the end zone.
And we saw that a lot last year with our team, the bend don't break. Our red zone defense was really good, but as soon as Huntley got into the game, it just went fucking downhill fast.
They wanted him to throw the ball. So yeah, I mean, he's out there running against guys that aren't going to be playing today. And he went after our boy. He went after Troy. He went after Apke. Glad
we'll get in him in a minute.
Yes.
My game ball goes to Tress Way. I really don't think anybody else deserves one. Yeah, it's easy, but I'm sorry. Our punt team's ready. Or what's that?
What, he punt like 40 times?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our punt team is ready to go. I think he's definitely top 2 punters in the league. And I think he's an all pro in my eyes, at least. And that was pretty much the only bright spot that we saw. Other than, I mean, I guess Gandy Golden helped himself again a little bit, but still wasn't nothing to write home about. Move on to Goat Nuts. Whole fucking team for me. I mean, it wasn't pretty. I worry about our depth, especially if key starters get hurt. We could be in trouble. John, I'll go to you. You got any goat nuts?
Oh yeah, I got goat nuts. I'm not going to show you, but the obvious. Dustin Hopkins. Look, dude, you're not a backup. All right, you're not. You couldn't possibly be a backup because they didn't bring anybody in that could take your job. You got to go out there on Sunday every week, and you got to make your damn kicks. And I can't trust him. The one we shall not name, that I will, Troy Apke. Fuck him. I don't like that guy. I think every time he goes out on the field, he makes a mistake, and people want to point to me and say, "Oh, he's a special teams ace." Anybody want to guess how many special teams tackles he had last year? Oh, I gave it away. 4. That dude ain't no ace. He lives on a reputation. They love him for his speed because they say you can't teach speed, but you can't teach him anything else either. Apparently,
that's true. That's true.
So that's my goat.
Dev, what you got, man?
The whole team is that?
Yeah, I mean, it was bad.
Pessimist.
Yeah, it was like I don't want to say what it was like because we're on public airways, but it was.
Oh, go ahead, please speak your mind.
It was like a bukkake party.
All over. There you go. All over Troy Apke.
Football team. Yeah, yeah. I'm a Troy Apke fan, kind of. Like I don't care if he gets cut, but I'm like, I like the guy, man, just because he's good on Madden, pretty much. That's my logic.
I'm a Penn State fan. I'm a Nittany Lion fan, and he played great for Penn State. When we drafted him, I was real happy. He just hasn't.
Yeah, I was intrigued when we drafted him. I knew I didn't know of him, but I just knew he was really fast. Speed. And he was white. I was like, oh, a white guy playing.
I'm rooting for that aspect. I don't want to see a white corner, at least for like week 1. Just
yeah. So
cut him after that.
I was like, that's interesting. Let's see how this works out.
Washington's trying to lead the way in diversity, man. That's the way to do it. Get a white corner.
Yeah, I would say so for sure.
But I hope Troy. We're going to get to the 53, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna save my opinion on who I think will make it, but I guess maybe some of the not only the cover teams, but maybe some of the return teams he's on also, like punt return and things. He's on all 4 specials. So I don't know.
You have the Shazer Everett, which is our special teams captain. I mean, how many people? And he won't go into the game unless we're hurt. We have depth at safety now, so I don't foresee Shay's really having to get into the game all that much. But how many special teamers besides the kick punter and holder can you afford to keep on the team?
I don't even see Shay's making the team.
That's a definite possibility. It's a definite possibility.
If I had to choose between him and Jeremy Reeves, I would choose Jeremy Reeves.
John, your mic's off. Yeah, I think that's another one. Jeremy Reeves, who knows what's going to happen. The fact of the matter is, everybody played like shit, including the quarterbacks. I'm almost willing to fucking cut Kyle Allen. I know that we have to try to figure out what's going. Last year we went through 4 quarterbacks. Yeah, we had Hopalong, the Titty Bandit, Kyle Allen got hurt, and then Taylor Heineke in the playoff games. Fitzpatrick isn't known to get hurt often. Am I right about this? He's
not really.
He's
remained
working. Yeah, it's working now.
All right,
he's remained relatively healthy throughout his career.
That's because most of his career he's spent on a sideline. He's been okay.
I'm thinking you can even get Allen back on the fucking practice squad, especially with the new rule. With the rules the same as last year, you're allowed to have veterans on the practice squad this year, and I think that rule is going to be
somebody will snatch that guy. He's not
possibly
making $1 million a year.
Wow. Allen?
Yeah, he's not. He's making like a couple $100,000 a year, man. He's not even getting $1 million.
Well, if he's getting waived, if he got waived, that contract would be null and void, and he'd go on a practice squad contract and get $13,000 a week until they called him.
But if he got waived, wouldn't it be suspect that couldn't somebody claim him?
Oh yeah,
they could claim him. Yeah, they could.
Yeah, somebody's gonna claim that guy at a couple $100,000 a year.
My logic was
he's a putz.
If the unforeseen happens and both Taylor and Fitzpatrick got hurt, you always have Logan Thomas as your emergency quarterback.
I see these arguments among people on Twitter about the number 3 quarterback, and you just want to say, look, if we get to that point, it's a disaster. You're not going to be able to resurrect something from that. Even if you're like 11-4 and you're heading into the final 2 weeks or whatever with a playoff, you're done. If that happens, it's a hellbread. It's just everything's broken out. That's it. So I think it's kind of a moot argument to do things like that. And I'm not sure, but don't number of starts have something to do also with practice squad eligibility? I know as a veteran he could go. Go on.
I think those rules are.
They relaxed them.
They're relaxed now, and it was due to COVID. It's called the COVID rules. They adopted the same rules as last year. You're allowed, like Eric Reed could have came on the practice. We offered him a practice squad contract, and he was a 4 or 5 year starter in Carolina.
Well, now he works for a Hallmark location that I think is in a shopping center down in North Carolina somewhere. I'm not sure.
No lie, he works for Hallmark.
He works for a Hallmark.
Wait.
Either a Hallmark or a sanitation company.
There's still Hallmarks?
I ain't seen one.
There's a Hallmark not 5 minutes from me.
Oh shit.
People just can't go buy a Cricket and make their own fucking cards out of card stuff.
Shit.
Fuck if I know. But I know if you really want a good card when you're down somewhere in Deerfuck, North Carolina, you can stop in and you can buy a card from him.
Oh, there you go.
How about that? No, I'm completely lying. I have no idea what he's doing, but I know he ain't playing football.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know why he would have played last year.
He was proud.
But all right, let's talk about Troy Apke for a minute. The guy is just
he has no instincts.
I just don't know what the coaches see in him.
Speed.
He was awful on Saturday.
He was.
He gets double goat nutted for me. And I just don't. I just don't. I don't think you can waste a roster spot just because he's a quote unquote special teams ace.
He's not. That's the thing. All right. And the perfect example is the thing that they were putting out there on Saturday, or on Sunday, that says, well, here's why you want him on there. Look how fast he is to get down there. Okay. He got down there fast as shit on that punt. The guy punted, and the dude made one little goddamn fake with his foot, and Apke went flying to the inside of the hash, and the dude ran right up the back hash. Joe Theismann on TV tried to make it sound like he did something heroic because he chased him down from behind and tackled him almost 10 yards later. Dude, he had him. That dude gets down and never makes a hit. It's like he's afraid.
Apke's one of those guys that he has all the measurables to be a good guy in practice because you don't put pads on. He probably looks phenomenal. Just think about this. This guy actually was named the starter last year.
Yeah.
How awesome was he have been in practice to beat out Curl, the Shazar Everett, and your boy.
You're 100% right, man.
They all ended up playing and play better than him at the end of the year. They all
because it didn't take him long to figure out that he didn't need to be starting.
What was he doing from fucking draft from whatever the offseason they had to week 1 to be named the starter? Like he must have been like.
Well, I think I
had naked pictures of Ron somewhere.
Yeah. Probably.
I don't think Ron would care about something like that. It's got to be worse.
He's like, I don't care if you leak those pictures tonight. You're not starting. Come on, man. You're a white corner. No,
you're absolutely right. Look, I just can't see wasting a spot on him. Look, we got a promo, John?
We do. We have a brand new sponsor. Let me pull up my cue card here for our sponsor. We have welcome to our new sponsor, Moose Knuckle Activewear. Stretch pants with style in sizes 4X to 9X. Moose Knuckles shows off your biggest asset. Ladies, you will turn heads on your mobility scooter this fall in a brand new pair of Moose Knuckle stretch pants.
Is that like Fat Girl Camel Toe Moose Knuckle?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I believed you for a second like you had a real sponsor. I was like, this is pretty cool. And then all of a sudden, hurt.
I stink, I'm just not very good. I stink, I can't play like I should. I stink, I'm here because I'm fast. But when I get out on the field, I play like fucking ass. Billy is a mystery, why coaches love me so. I run around in practice and I put on quite a show. See me in the game and you really have to think, my God, holy crap, Troy Apke fucking stinks. Excuses, they come from the fan base. Oh looky, he's a special teams ace. I wonder if they're seeing clear. On special teams, I totaled 4 whole tackles all last year. I cover a receiver, it's a guaranteed touchdown. I fall for every fake and juke like I'm a circus clown. But here's a little secret that will likely make you scream. I'm probably gonna make a football team.
And we're back. There you have it,
man.
It's gonna.
I only can compare that to Tupac's "Hit 'Em Up" or Nas's "Ether."
There you go.
It's right up there with one of some of the best diss songs of all time, man. When Biggie said, "That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker." Tupac said to Biggie, it's on par with that, dog.
There you go.
I will let the artist know. Is this working?
Yeah, you're on.
Okay.
You're on.
I have to ask every time because it's so fucked up to get Zoom to do shit. But I will let the artist know. I'm sure that they'll be very proud.
I thought the next bar was gonna be fuck you know, like I didn't know.
All right.
Thanks to our sponsor, Moose Knuckle Ladies Wear.
Yeah, there you go. You got to thank the sponsors. Let's get into our 53-man roster projections, and let's start with the offense. Okay. Quarterbacks, obviously, we know our starter is Ryan Fitzpatrick. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. Taylor Heineke.
He's number 2.
Kyle Allen. Are we all in agreement of this right here?
Yeah, I agree with those 3.
Yeah, but do we keep Allen? This is where I'm at. I've got it down to 54, and I have 3 guys that are on the bubble that I still got left to cut. Y'all are gonna have to convince me which one's gonna go. It's him, It's Peyton Barber, or it's Apke. And I would cut Apke if it was me, but I'm just playing the odds that they won't.
Okay. All right. Let's
We'll
move
get
on to
there.
running backs. And this running back is going to be very interesting to see what they do here. Obviously, Gibson, McKissick, but then it gets a little bit hairy with Patterson and Barber. Has Patterson done enough to make Barber expendable? I don't think so. I think you have to keep 4 running backs here. Dev, what do you think, man?
This is one of those positions where I agree with you. We have to have 4 running backs. I don't know if it's Barber. I wonder if he gets cut and somebody else comes on.
That could be true.
But for
Williams got cut today.
Yeah, I think Barber's a lock. Then if they're cutting running backs and he wasn't one of them,
Yeah.
then I think he's probably a lock to be on the team.
John,
Yeah,
what do you go ahead. I'm sorry, finish your thought, Dev.
I was just wondering where else could we take from?
That's true. I get like as of right now, that would make 27 on offense. You know, once we get there, we'll do the math and see what we got to cut at the end of it. Who we got to cut. So, John, are you agreements of keeping Barber?
I've got 4 on my list here.
Okay.
Like I said just a minute ago, Barber's on my bubble. I still have 1 more left to cut to get to 53 for my list here.
Gotcha.
So Barber's one of them that's there. But, Patterson, as much as I'd like to say that, yeah, he showed enough in the first 2 weeks to be able to make his case for the team. I can't even remember. And I know we had a lot of kickoff returns the other night, but who the hell they have back there?
Danny Johnson.
Danny Johnson.
Yeah, Danny Johnson. Was Milne?
And Milne, yeah.
I thought Milne was
Milne
back
was
on one,
punt.
yeah.
Punt.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't see Carter at all.
Yeah, because there was no punts. They scored a touchdown on almost every fucking
right.
drive.
They didn't
Well,
punt
I
till
don't
the
think
middle of the
I
third
think
quarter.
he was
That's right.
inactive. I think they inactivated him for like they did the rest of the guys.
Who was that?
They had all the guys in pads. That was
No, Milne definitely played. He
I'm talking
did.
about the
Carter?
other guy.
Carter.
Yeah, I
he
think
may
he
have.
I think he just
You
didn't
might be
play.
right.
I hope so.
You
Because
might
I
be
hope
right.
he makes the team.
All
But
right,
yeah,
so
I got Barber on the squad. I got 4.
Let's say right now, all right, we have 4 running backs too. Wide receiver. Okay.
I have 7.
I had 7 too.
I don't have 7.
If we're going to keep 4 running backs, 7 receivers, that's going to be tough right there. We got McLaurin, Samuel, Brown, Humphreys. Those are top shelf locks right there.
Yep.
Sims, AGG, Malign, or Carter?
I say that it's going to be the obvious three. I got is Brown, McLaurin, Samuels. I'm still up in the air on Humphreys.
I think
And it's not because I don't think he's good enough. I think he's definitely good enough. I just wonder what the benefit is of keeping an almost $2 million a year backup slot. Now, if you're saying Samuel's hitting 100%, then I get it. Because at the end of the day, a backup slot should only get about 15 catches a year. Why wouldn't you
They got Samuel on the outside.
I'm going to argue the point of having Humphreys. Humphreys is your starting slot.
I wonder the depth chart.
Because they got Flowers starting on the depth chart. West has started some games too.
Humphreys, I think they have a plan for Samuels, and that plan is to move him everywhere. Okay, he's going to be your X or your Z, your X, yeah, and outside of Terry for the most part, you got to have. And Brown, he will eventually be the starter opposite Terry, I think. But he's your second team receiver, Dami Brown, right now. Humphreys is your number one slot, I believe.
I wonder if it's going to go Dami outside, McLaurin outside.
I think eventually that will happen.
Right.
Eventually
so I'm saying
happen.
if that's the ultimate goal though, then why are you keeping Humphreys around? Because your other outside receivers,
they must have had a plan because they brought him in here as a free agent.
Yeah,
they have a plan somehow.
There's no cap penalty for cutting him though.
No, it's not. But you also have Humphreys as a potential punt returner as well.
But all the other guys play punt return. All the other guys play it. But you could also put, like I said, if you got those three guys, and you also have to worry about now you have AGG and Sims outside receivers, and then you have Dami Brown who's also an outside receiver. So I'm like, it doesn't really make sense to do that when Sims can also play slot when he's done that. And also McKissick can play slot when he's done that. You're also moving Curtis Samuel around to play slot, which he's done that. Even Gibson to some kind of way. So I'm wondering why would you pay a guy that much? I would, because I like Humphries. I think he's a good enough talent, but I'm wondering, you got to cut somebody somewhere. Is it worth keeping a older backup slot versus a younger, cheaper backup slot? They can do.
He hasn't shown any of that chemistry, right?
You can move a bunch of people to the backfield. You can only play him at receiver or punt. You got a million guys on the team that can run punts back. Worst case, Samuels can run a punt back if you need him to.
You don't want him.
Yeah, you don't want him.
Yeah, you don't want him to do that.
We got one guy.
I kind of disagree.
He's making the team for me.
I disagree in the sense that as far as who can return punts, because that was the big question in training camp with Steven Sims, him out there, Steven Sims, Carter, and Malign out there catching punts. I have Malign going to the practice squad this year. Mill.
So
I think he's going to be a decent receiver, and I think these guys are young. Even AGG, I personally don't. AGG doesn't move the needle for me. Cam Sims doesn't move the needle for me. To me, these guys are
the same.
Yeah, they're the same.
I don't think they're the same. I've seen Sims catch big game balls in games.
You've also seen him drop them too.
Yeah, but I haven't even seen AGG. I haven't seen AGG do shit though.
Yeah, neither have I.
Neither
have
I. Of people.
I'm with you on that.
He had 7 targets last year before he got hurt, so you couldn't possibly see him. See, for me, I got 7 guys on the roster because I'm keeping DeAndre Carter. Y'all talk about punt returns. That dude should have it locked down.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say. Why would you keep Humphries over that guy? Like, what do you?
I wouldn't. I like Carter.
That's one of the guys I'm trying to figure out. Him and Wright. Like, you can move those guys a lot of places. I don't know. They're not young and as dynamic as the other guys. I mean, they're going to keep. If we're saying what they're going to do, they're going to keep Humphries, I think.
Yeah, they will. But we've heard too much about this supposed chemistry between him and Fitzpatrick for them to say, okay, a couple of flub passes in the preseason, we're going to give up on him. I doubt it. But that's why I've got him at 7. I've got Humphries, I've got Brown, I've got Golden, I've got McLaurin, Samuel, Sims. Yeah, 7. And one of them's DeAndre Carter, who I don't expect to play receiver. I want him for punt returns. That dude puts his foot in the ground, makes a decision, and
and that 7th receiver is your punt returner. Is your punt returner? You're right.
We got a lot of guys that can do punt returns.
I will say
not as well as him. I'm tired of the 2-yard sideways punt returns.
Yeah, no, you're right. I will say in training camp, you saw a lot of Humphries and Fitzpatrick in training camp. We can't put a whole bunch of stock of what we saw in preseason. We don't know what the plan is going to be with this receiver core. And this is the most intriguing part of it. Are they going to keep 6 or 7? This number game, and this is the hardest part of it. I think even when I was doing this last night, the hardest part of this is figuring out who the fuck they're keeping on this wide receiver core.
Well, of the ones that we haven't already cut, the only one that they actually had on the field the other night was Gandy Golden.
Yeah.
Everybody else was off
and
the
that
field.
tells me they're not sold on Gandy
those are
Golden.
the guys. Right. He go out there and prove it. So Cam Sims has all but made the team as far as I'm concerned. And those were the bottom 2 guys on my list, other than Carter, who's just punt return. And we didn't see him out there either. So I'm hoping that they say, wow, this dude gets 9 yards every time he touches a punt, at least.
Yeah.
He's our guy.
So right now we're gonna have 7. McLaurin, Brown, Samuel, Humphries, Sims, AGG, and Carter. And we'll hopefully Dax will get to the practice squad.
Yeah,
right. I do like him. I do. I actually like that kid. I think he has promise for the future. All right, let's move to the tight ends.
He's got a funny name. I'll give him that. It's a weird name.
Tight ends. I think this is where we're going to have a lot of people have Thomas, Bates, Reyes, and Seals Jones. I think we have to keep 3. There's no way that we can keep 4 tight ends.
No.
And I think it's going to be Thomas, Bates, and Reyes. Dev, what about you? You're on mute.
I agree. That's exactly who I think it's going to
be. Yeah.
I got Seals Jones beating out Reyes. It's only because I think Reyes can. I think they'll try to practice squad him and keep him stashed over there. Reyes, he's a fan favorite. We've all looked for good things that he can do, but what he's done is pretty average. And I don't think that a pretty average guy is going to be a big commodity out there at tight end on a practice squad somewhere. He might get poached, but I'd risk it.
I think somebody, because he was so sought after during he didn't even get to the player pathway program. He had so many teams after him wanting to sign him right then and there. I'm afraid that he could just be signed because he has potential. For a guy that's never been on a football field before until this year, making the progressions that he's made in such a quick time. Yeah, he has work to do. He absolutely does. And he's by far from a finished product, but his athleticism is off the charts. And I can't fucking talk, but
I don't know what athleticism is.
I don't know either. It sounds like
I'm using that somewhere in life.
Athleticism
that's a measurement
is off the charts, and I don't think you can just give up on that, or put that out there for somebody else to come get.
Sound like a very athletic stripper or something, you know?
Athleticism.
Yeah.
So, all right, John,
I agree exactly what you said. I feel like if you're going to keep a third tight end, I feel like the right spot to take a guy for potential would be the third guy. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't plan on him when he's in the game. He has to do one thing right, mostly block or go for a route. It's not going to be that complicated for the third string tight end to learn his job as a third string tight end. And I would take that potential over any day over Seals. And Seals, you could probably get on a practice veteran
exactly
squad.
what I was about to say. You could probably get him on the practice
or
squad.
someone like him.
Yeah.
I mean,
the only thing I say about all that is that going with Bates and Reyes as your two backups, you really have no experience there. I mean, no experience.
But if you're going to the third tight end, you're like you said at quarterback, it's fuck time anyways. It's over with, you know.
Well, true, but you do bring in two tight end sets sometimes, some jumbo sets, things like that.
Remember last year we didn't have much experience in the tight end position either, and I think we did okay with Thomas. I mean, we had a bunch of no names last year behind Thomas. Even Thomas in the beginning of the year was basically a no name. Nobody wanted him.
Ray's probably caught more preseason catches than Thomas has.
All right, well then you convinced me.
We're gonna say three, but we different on who that third tight end is, and that's okay. This is what's for. All right, the offensive line. I had 9. Leno, Flowers, Brouillet, Sheriff, Cosme, Schweitzer, Charles, Lucas, and Larson. Could we get away with 8?
Charles and Sir Larson. You say that?
Yeah, Charles.
Yeah, Charles is on there. Charles is on there. We got.
We keep it 3 tackles. You think Charles?
Well, Charles is a swing.
I think Lucas makes it. I think Lucas makes it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah. Lucas is a swing. Leno and Cosme are your starters. Charles can play guard and tackle. That's why I think we could.
What about what's the center's name?
Brouillet.
Brouillet.
Backup is Larson.
Ismail.
Keep Ismail.
I think Ismail stays. I think
Ismail stays over
Larson.
Larson. Yeah.
But they cut.
I wouldn't be surprised they keep Sharp. I wouldn't be surprised they keep Sharp. They traded for him.
They got it. They're going to have to. They're going to have to. That would put us at 28 on the offense and 22 on defense. And
he said he wanted to keep 10 linemen in the press conference. He didn't. He said that's counting practice squad.
That's counting practice squad. Yeah.
Right.
So we got Sharp, Ismail, Martin, and Steinmetz on the practice squad.
I don't even want Martin on the practice squad, man. That dude's a bum.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Did you see him tackle? Who was the receiver he tackled the other night? He grabbed a hold of the dude and freaking basically dragged him forward for 2 yards because he made the tackle.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what it was with a little bubble screen. He all of a sudden there he is.
It was Milne. It was Milne.
Oh, that's right, Dax Milne.
Milne. Yeah, you got to tackle backwards.
I saw somebody on Twitter say, "Look, at least he has the presence of mind to drag him forward." I'm like, look, if he got his big meathead ass out of the way, he goes for another 10 yards. Jesus Christ!
Sure. All right, so. We're in a disagreement with Larson and Ismail. I think Larson stays because he was a Ron guy in Carolina and he has more experience. And Ismail has not, to me, shown anything even in preseason that would warrant him.
He's shown a few things in preseason.
I've seen him on the 53. I think he makes the practice squad. Absolutely.
Yeah, he's in his second year, so he could qualify there. But I've seen him in some of these third and fourth quarter runs that Patterson has made, and he really stood some people up, man, from coming out of the center position. giving him those cracks. So that's why I had him on here. Backup center Roulier. Roulier's pretty tough. He stays in.
I think we should both.
Cheeseman.
I think we should cut Larson, have him go in the practice squad as well, and keep the 8 linemen. That's the only way that this works.
Cheeseman.
The only thing about Cheeseman is that at any point somebody could flash they could flash the cheese signal in the air, and then he's got to go run off and do some superhero shit. So
so we got Cheeseman, Hopkins, and Tress. Yeah, those 3 are all right. So are we agreement with the O line? We're going to keep 8.
8 is kind of light.
That is.
8's kind of light. I'm telling you what, cut Kyle Allen. Fuck him. Go ahead and pick up another line.
Okay. All right. We can cut.
That's really the reason I thought we were going to keep 6 receivers.
I have noticed it on every one of the cuts that we've made. I've said, fuck him. So I think that they should maybe make me the Turk. Let me go to the, hey, by the way, bring your playbook and fuck off. Come on. Coach wants to see you.
All right, let's move to the defense now, and then we'll add it all up. D-line, probably one of the easiest. Maybe the final 2. Chase, Sweat, Allen, Payne, Ioannidis, Settle are the 6 that are mainstays. They're not gonna we're not gonna worry about that. Then Smith Williams,
yeah.
Bradley King.
Yeah.
That's 8 right there. I think we keep 8. Go ahead, Dev. You're on mute.
I don't think there's a way you can keep 8. I think it's going to come down to, let's say, Bradley King. What's the other guy's name?
Shakatoni or James Smith Williams.
One of those isn't making it.
I think they really like Smith Williams, and
I think he's guaranteed.
Yeah.
But the other 2 guys, I think it's going to be between, only because I think Shakatoni's flashed. I think you can keep Bada. I know we're not talking about defensive tackles yet, but I think you can maybe keep him stashed away as an extra player because of international.
What about Two Hill's interesting because one, he's a veteran, and I know Ron's even said they are thinking about bringing someone from the outside in as well, because behind Chase and Sweat.
Did I see Trent Murphy got cut today from Buffalo?
Yeah.
Behind
Young and Sweat, it's slim pickings, man. You have Casey Toohill, Smith Williams, and Shakatoni.
Casey Toohill's been the invisible man. I can't tell you one thing about him other than his name is Casey Toohill. I haven't seen a thing out of him. That's Tony true. We drafted, but I think that of the 2 draft picks that we've had, the other one, what's his name, King, that he's flashed a little bit more, I think, than Tony. Tony, I don't think really is. I think he's survived the practice squad. That's where he's going to go. That's where I'd put him.
I agree, and I think even Shakatoni could lose a little bit of weight and move up to one of the outside linebacker spots in the future. He's quick.
Maybe get him a pair of moose knuckles.
There you go. So we're going to go with 7 defensive linemen then.
It's still a little light. I'd maybe try to bring in somebody, but then again, I try to bring somebody in.
7.
No, this is the whole D line.
The whole line.
The whole D line. Yeah,
David Bada will be there no matter what because practice squad he's exempt.
So we got
he can't be
obviously.
Well, he can be poached.
Payne, Allen, Ioannidis,
Settle could be shot too.
Oh yeah, we got stashed.
They did play him an awful lot the other night.
Yeah. That was surprising how much Tim Settle played on Saturday.
Maybe they're showcasing. What about Devereaux Lawrence?
No.
See anything to put on the practice squad? Yeah, there's a lot of slots
13,
on
we got 13 available spots on the practice squad, and Bada does not count. So I think he's automatically on the practice squad. I think we keep 8 total defensive linemen, including edge rushers. And you have a choice between Bradley King and Shakatoni and Casey Toohill. Y'all pick which one you want.
It's gonna be Shakatoni.
Give me Bradley King. Yeah. Toohill.
Yeah, I think it's in between Shakatoni and Bradley King is one of them too.
Yeah. Toohill, dude, I know he's a veteran in all of this, but I haven't seen hide nor hair of him. And
or that 8th spot, is going to be someone brought in from the outside.
Yeah, it could be.
What if it's
It could
Kerrigan
be.
again?
Yeah, that maybe looking back on that now, might have been a mistake to let him go. All right, let's move on to linebackers. And this one, y'all probably know my feelings on the linebackers.
They suck.
This is the worst part of the defense. I honestly believe. Actually, I think it's the weakest part of the whole entire team.
Yeah, weaken the team.
I think John Bostic is terrible. I've said it all along that we should have gone after 2 linebackers within our first 4 picks. Yep. And we didn't do enough in the offseason to help this room out. I believe Cole Holcomb is a fringe starter. And
we love him here because he's our boy, and we do, we love our boys, no matter how bad they might play. Holcomb's been in the past, he's always been tentative. He'll make that rush, he'll get in there, he'll break in there, but then he'll freeze or he'll freaking hesitate and he'll let the guy get around him.
See,
I gotta see that killer instinct come to him.
I thought Holcomb, when he finally got healthy and joined the starting lineup, I think he changed our defense. Personally, I think he did a good job at changing our defense. But who do you guys have starting? I know Boston's going to start weak side linebacker, which I think is a mistake. I think they should start Khalil Hudson.
Who else?
Weak side, and I think they should go Hudson, Davis, and Holcomb. I wish they would just reach out to KJ Wright.
I've been screaming for KJ Wright since
there's got to be more to this.
Perfect fit.
Yeah, there's got to be more to it though, because he's been out on the market now for a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, only Seattle wants him back, and he don't want to go there.
I hope that we're going to play a lot of 4-2-5 sets. That big Buffalo nickel, and I think that's what's going to happen. Jamin Davis, I love Jamin Davis. It's just going to take him time.
It's a rookie. Right.
Yeah, we can't expect magic in the beginning.
And to piggyback off what you said, 78% of the time last year we were in sub packages. Yeah. So those guys aren't out there at all. Even though I did kind of like Miss JPL out there, he was pretty good out there.
Yeah, he was quick. He was quick. We got him on a couple times for missing some assignments, but overall, we could have used him. I wish we would have kept him.
Single-handedly is the reason why we lost that Tampa Bay playoff game was linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
Single-handedly.
I think, absolutely. And I think the more Boston is on the sideline, the better it is for our defense. Straight up.
Probably. Most likely. And it's definitely better for the field because he won't be fucking down on rolling around on it and shit, digging it up because he got shook off again.
I like Bostic as I'm not saying you should cut him because I think he's an NFL linebacker.
He's good. He's a good veteran to help.
He's a good backup.
Yeah.
And I don't know. He's too small to play strong. He's too slow to play middle. And he can't cover and plays weak side. I don't know what you can do with the guy.
He frustrates the hell out of me. You ask John, man. I bitch and moan about that guy a lot. And I think you're right. I think he'd be good in a reserved role and to help mentor, younger, because he's been in the league. What is his 8th or 9th season? I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not going to dog him too bad for 8 years. Cause I know for a fact, Aaron Colvin's been in the league 8 years and hasn't got one interception.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't figure that out at all. I've never look up an Aaron Colvin highlight on YouTube, man. What is just a bunch of knockdowns? What is he doing?
Pretty much. That's true. And he's still playing.
8 years. That's like being the vice president at the Bunny Ranch. You know what I'm saying?
And not getting no kitty cat.
Right. Not getting into that tang. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense.
No, I feel you. I 100% agree. All right, so 4 linebackers. Are we going to keep 4 linebackers?
I got 5 because you just can't be that thin. Yeah.
All right. We got Davis, Holcomb, Bostic, Hudson. Who's your 5th? I think it's got to be someone from the outside.
I got Walker right now, unless they do bring in somebody from the outside.
Jazeric. What? How you say his name?
Here's how I say
what kind of kangaroo? That's his name now. Kangaroo.
Kangaroo.
Here's how you say his name. Bring your playbook. That's how you say his name. Get your stuff.
All right, so we'll go 5. I'm going to say we're going to pick up someone from the outside, one of the cuts, and bring him in. I don't think Jared Norris, Joe Walker, or Kaczynski.
Mayo still on the team?
Joe Walker,
Well,
Jared Norris.
hopefully not. He played the whole game the other night and really didn't show anything
Who was that?
at all. Mayo.
If you played the whole game,
Dave. Oh, I
played
forgot
the whole
about David
game
Mayo.
yesterday. You played the whole game.
Totally forgot
Saturday,
about
you ain't
Mayo.
gonna play. You ain't gonna make it if you play the whole game.
Nah, not on defense. No. So they had a lot of guys that were out there that they had interchanging on the secondary, but linebackers were thin as it is, and I don't see where he distinguished himself at all, Mayo. At all.
Yeah, it's Mayo or Joe Walker, and I if I had a choice, I'd pick someone. I'd sign someone from the outside.
It's probably where they're going. That's probably where they're going to keep extra defense.
So we'll say five linebackers. But I think I really think, and I think as fans, we should hopefully see these sub packages in a majority of basis. Otherwise.
Take some of these young defensive ends and run them out there at outside linebacker once in a while.
Absolutely. I mean, we got probably the fastest defensive ends in the league.
Basically, you got to hope we're winning all these games, because if we're losing, they're trying to chew that clock out. They're just going to run it down throats.
Yep. And we'll get into a tweet that I tweeted out after we're done, and I want to see if you guys agree with me. All right, we'll move on to the cornerbacks. Obviously, Fuller, WJ3, Juice. I have McTire on the team.
Good.
Apke and Moreland.
I do. They still have Apke listed as a safety on the depth chart. Excuse me, over there on the roster. But yeah, I had Jimmy Moreland making the team, Torrey McTire making the team. Obviously, Bobby McCain. They've got him as a hybrid anything. So I just put him in as cornerback. Fuck it.
Yeah.
St. Juice for sure.
I have Juice, obviously Juice, Fuller, Williams. What's his name? Jackson?
Yeah, William Jackson.
Yeah, William Jackson. Moreland. I'm gonna go Apke, but I'm not going McTire. I don't think he makes it.
No, okay.
Oh, really?
And I think it's a numbers thing. I think it's a guy that he's gonna he probably will get picked up, but if he doesn't, I think you can stash him. And I think you can put him on IR for the concussion for 3 weeks after the season starts.
Yeah.
If you do it now, you can't use him for the rest of the year.
Very well could. Yeah.
So I think
I'll tell you what.
I think that
if he's the 54th guy, he should beat the shit out of Troy Apke in the parking lot.
Take his fucking knees
I think
out.
the reason Troy makes it is because he plays on 4 specials. Yeah. Now, and I know you're saying he only have 4 tackles a whole year, but I'm thinking this: if your name is called too many times on specials, you're not doing something good, I guess.
Unless you're the gunner trying to make a tackle.
Yeah.
If you're the speed guy getting down there and you're only getting 4 times that you're making a tackle,
maybe they were running away from him.
Or they're doing a lot of fair catches. He's getting.
They are doing a lot of fair catches, but I'll put that on Tress way before I'll put it on freaking. Look, every time Apke goes to make a hit, he goes to his knees and uses his arms on the guy's legs, and they run through him like he's a paper goddamn turnstile. Every time. I'm yeah. No.
He's got hips like Lizzo. You know what I'm saying?
So how many cornerbacks do you have, Dev?
5.
You only have 5.
I'm counting McCain.
He's a hybrid. Yeah,
I count him as a safety, but I got the obviously 3: Moreland, Fuller, William Jackson, and then I have Juice, and then I have Apke.
After Danny Jackson is out.
Yeah, I think he's gone.
Yeah, I think Danny Johnson is gone too.
Danny Johnson.
Okay, all right, let's move on to safeties.
Danny Jackson was like the 6th Jackson 5 member.
That's one thing that can work in that favor.
Go slow it, Tito.
Is McCain, because he can play nickel, and so we have Collins, Curl,
and strong and free.
Yeah,
he can play almost all of it.
Collins, Curl, McCain are locks. Then I have Everett and Forrest. I have Reeves and Luke as cuts.
Unfortunately, I have Reeves as Luke. I have Reeves as a cut, but I could see him getting back practice squad. He's only in his 2nd year.
Yeah.
And I cut Forrest too.
I just have those.
Put him on the practice squad.
Like I have
you have 4?
Yeah. I'm going with Forrest. I don't
over Everett.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's over for him. And I wish not, but I think you're gonna go. I think that Apke is the new Everett, dude. He's the guy you're gonna wonder how he makes it on the team when he's on it every year. He's like Reed Doherty. Remember him? Like,
I remember.
He always seems he's gonna make the team. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot another white defensive back. I remember. Yeah,
right.
Daddy. His favorite play was, "I almost got him. I was almost there."
Yeah. But I think that he's the guy. Like Now's Paul. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like he was almost ready to start. Then something happened. You know?
Okay. No, I can definitely get with that. That helps the numbers game out with only having 4.
Only because Fuller can play safety. If you had to absolutely have one, Curl can play both safeties.
Yep.
Also, Apke can play free safety if you had him. McLean can play safety.
No, he can't.
There's a lot.
I'm just saying.
Though, with the defensive backs, there's
a play for the rest of the game till next week when you find another one.
That's true.
You could put him out there, but he can't play it.
There's a ton of position flexibility within the defensive back room as a whole, and I think that is going to help keep some of the numbers down. That will help you keep the 7 wide receivers, the 4 running backs, and possibly 4 tight ends as well.
I also think that if you do that, the chances are if you put Everett, Reeves, and even throw Everett on the veterans practice squad, Reeves and your boy, what's the other guy that we just drafted? Forrest. You throw all of them a practice squad invite. What's the chances of all 3 of them being picked up?
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Right. You know, so I'm like, you know, keep the one that don't get picked up on practice squad. If it's Everett, put him on the veteran practice squad. Roll with 3 safeties. You got 2 or 3 corners that can play free safety. I bet Juice could even play safety. 6'3". If he had to.
He is.
So I just wonder if that's a really necessity to keep 4. I would keep 3.
I think the fact that we've got such good, I wouldn't say good depth there, but at least we've got promise and a lot of potential in those areas. The fact that we can keep so many on practice squad this year is good for us.
Hudson can play strong safety.
He's small enough.
He's not a big guy.
Yeah, he played in college. That's what his position was.
We got 23 on the defense.
22 plus Troy Apke. Fuck that guy.
Count Cheeseman is nah, fuck it.
Cheeseman.
Give me a Cheeseman jersey. I know he's gonna be on the team forever. So I might as well just go and get one of those.
All right, so we have a grand total of 51 players. So we need to add 2 more players. Since we went 2 quarterbacks, I think we should add an extra quarterback.
Yeah, go Kyle Allen.
Kyle Allen. All right.
Might as well. You're not going to whoop Steven Montez, right?
Yeah. So that brings us up to 27 offense, and then the defense. We're at 23, so we add 1 more. We had 4 or 5 linebackers, 8 defensive linemen, 6 cornerbacks, 4 safeties.
I say we make a move for a linebacker. We go get KJ Wright. Go find somebody, that can stand on 2 legs and make a tackle.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
That's
it. That's your 53.
Foster back at this point.
I'm gonna keep these, and we're gonna see how wrong we were by tomorrow at 4:00. I think the rosters have to be set tomorrow by 4, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So before we go, I wanted to read this to you, to both of y'all. I tweeted this, got some flack. A lot of people agreed with me. All right. So I tweeted out, people are putting too much stock in our defense. Is it good? Yes. But is it elite? No, at least not yet. It's going to take time for Davis to come into his own. We lack depth at key positions, linebacker, defensive end. An injury could really hurt us. We need the offense to really help and sustain drives. Tell me I'm right. Tell me I'm wrong.
I think you're mostly right. Now, elite defenses, are we talking like 85 Bears or the Ravens?
Yeah, some people, and this is why I tweeted this out. Some people are actually thinking we're that good.
No, not even close yet.
But we were what?
Can't be that good with that linebacker.
We were number 2 last year, but
so I'm wondering is if we're number 3 or 4, is that worse? Are we a worse defense? Let's say we win 10 games, but we're like the 9th best defense in the league.
They'll be better than that, I think.
I'm just saying though.
Let me
if we win 10 games,
here's my
then
thought
we're
process.
doing all right.
Here's my thought process. Okay, the beginning of last year, things went pretty rough. When we played really good quarterbacks, things were rough. When teams actually ran the ball on us, like really tried to run the ball on us and not give up, we got ran on hardcore.
Yeah.
We got a lot of our stats because we played a hell of a lot of backup shitty quarterbacks. And I think we're going to be good. Okay. I think we're going to take a little bit of a step back just because of the schedule and the amount of awesome quarterbacks that we're playing. But I am worried, especially about teams that will run on us. I'm worried, especially of Tom Brady's, of Aaron Rodgers, of Pat Mahomes, of Josh Allen's. Okay. Because they can find those holes, the weakness, soft spot in our defense, especially in the linebacker area, to get the ball out quick. That's what my concern
looked so sharp the other day, man. Did you see him the other day, Kyle, or Josh Allen?
I'm not that concerned about the run defense because Ioannidis didn't play last year.
That's one thing, but there's only two defensive tackles on the field at any time. Unless they do something
can't
really
be
strange.
everywhere. Setting the edge, it was sometimes difficult, and containing the runners was a little bit difficult for our team last year. We got ran on last year, and it wasn't just straight up the gut. It was we got ran on the outside and the inside last year.
It's because we have linebackers that can't pursue. So Jamin Davis is going to have to step up and start to give us what we need in the middle. When y'all are talking,
it's going to take him a little time to get there, but he will get there, and he will help the team because he's got wheels.
But what you see when you hear these people that are talking about
one of their linebackers.
Yeah.
I'll take Jalen Smith or
Jalen Smith. I might take a flyer on Jalen Smith. I mean,
I heard Van Der Esch.
We've seen good things out of him.
One of the two is going to get cut. They got to cut like $11 million. So it's a crazy amount. I got a list. I'll put it in a Twitter group or whatever on the Twitter group.
Yeah.
It's like a list of all the people that's got to release so much cap space by tomorrow Ford.
Yeah.
And Dallas.
But I honestly I don't think we're elite yet, guys. I think we're getting there. We're close, but we still have some holes to fill.
When you're talking elite defenses, the 85 Bears, 2000 Ravens, these come up into the conversation. And what you see there is a Hall of Fame middle linebacker in Mike Singletary in Chicago. And then you've got Ray Lewis. But then again, you've got Hall of Fame quality players on the outside as well with like Wilbur Marshall in Chicago. You had Terrell Suggs, who should be a Hall of Famer, I think, on the outside in Baltimore. So, we've really got to address that linebacker issue before we can even talk about being elite. And Ed Reed deep in all the way in the back. I mean,
we have Landon Collins,
Chris McAllister. They had all kinds of great players in that thing. Yeah, we got Landon Collins.
I just think I was just putting it out there just to pump the brakes. I think we're going to be better than last year, but we could also be worse in the actual rankings, if that makes sense.
We do play a murderer's row, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, and you hate to play the schedule game, but the schedule is pretty goddamn daunting.
You can only
against perennial playoff teams that are there.
Every one of the best teams in the league, every one of the elite quarterbacks in the league is on our schedule this year. Every one of them, bro. So that's a little pessimistic for my ideas. There's going to be at least one or two of those games that we're going to get that we shouldn't.
I think so.
Don't make something we didn't get that we should get too.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right. True. And I still have us at 9
Mr.
wins.
Yin Yang over there.
A lot of people are going 10, 11 wins. I have us at 9, and I think at 9 would very well may win the division. Dallas's defense still fucking sucks.
They do.
And New York's offensive line, Danny Dimes is going to get fucked up.
Dude, even if you don't fuck him up, that guy can't throw for shit. And Philadelphia,
but he's 4-0 against us. Goddamn, I just want to beat the shit out of him. Week 2.
Whatever. They show me Danny Jones. I don't think anybody should be afraid of him. And like I said, Philly is a dumpster fire. They go make a trade for a quarterback over the weekend. I mean, Gardner Minshew, it's going to make a lot of people, because everybody overreacts to everything. Oh, Philly got Gardner Minshew. I thought Jalen Hurts was the guy. Apparently not.
Yeah, apparently Philly's not sold on Hurts. Philadelphia is not sold on Hurts. That's for damn sure.
They're flailing around.
All right, guys, that's all the time we have for Monday's edition of the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. Dev, what you got coming up with the Addicts, my man?
Thursday shows, like always. We'll probably do a pregame show. Everybody's invited. It's live for the first game, which we do every Sunday. But other than that, same old podcast stuff, man.
Oh yeah,
hell yeah. We're trying to meet up in Vegas. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I want to go there so bad. I want to go.
Man,
there so
COVID
Have you never been to Las Vegas?
No.
Oh,
I've never been.
I'm scared of planes too, man. I don't.
You'll get a movie. You'll be all right. But
I've been to Reno. I've never been to Vegas.
Las Vegas is you take it as far out into your imagination as you can think about, garish and over the top, and then add 100 to it because it's so unbelievable. The thing that I found the most amazing to myself when I was out there was I was driving a car and I can't believe I didn't fucking wreck it because there's how do you see the street lights? Because goddamn, everything is fucking blinking and lit up. There's hookers walk around the street handing you flyers.
That's why I want to.
It's all legal out there. So here's a flyer.
Hookers and weed, man. That's
hookers and weed.
That place was a trip. You go into one of those casinos, look at it on Google Earth, and just look at like the roof of Caesars. The roof of Caesars is like 8 blocks.
Yeah.
And when you go in there, they make it so you have no idea how to get out. I saw Jerry Seinfeld at Caesars. It was great. And the funniest thing about it, other than his show, was when I came out, the marquee said that the next night, Kim Kardashian was appearing. And I'm thinking, to do what? What the fuck is she going to do on stage? Who's buying a ticket to go see her?
They put a shot glass on her ass and take a shot out of it.
I guess. What the hell were you going to go see?
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, man. Vegas is a trip.
Tell our listeners where they can find you at, Dev.
Well, you find me on Twitter at I am Dev on Twitter. But other than that, that's the only place you can find me. Facebook, maybe.
You have no address? You don't give us that? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You can catch John at Bang Radio Hour, and I'm at Jesse's 24, and we'll see you guys on Friday. Hail to the team.
Hail.